Wisdom Shorts.
A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Charles Darwin. In 1831, young Charles Darwin stood on the deck of HMS Beagle, facing the most important decision of his life. His fellow passengers surrounded him, their voices filled with impatience. "Darwin," called the ship's captain, "we've been anchored at this God-forsaken island for 3 days. When will you finish collecting your rocks and beetles?" Darwin looked around at the crew members who saw only barren volcanic rock where he saw the secrets of creation itself. His assistant, frustrated and seasick, stepped forward. "Charles, we have a schedule to keep. These islands all look the same. Why waste more time here when we could be exploring new territories?" Darwin walked slowly to the ship's rail, holding a small finch he had been studying for hours. Without a word, Darwin examined the bird's beak with his magnifying glass while the crew watched impatiently. The tiny creature, seemingly insignificant, held his complete attention. "Look at this," he said quietly, pointing to the finch's curved beak. "This bird's beak is perfectly shaped for cracking seeds." The crew stared at the ordinary-looking bird, confused by their naturalist's fascination. Suddenly and without warning, Darwin pulled out his notebook and began sketching the finch with intense concentration, as if the bird held the answer to life's greatest mystery. The sailors gasped as Darwin then produced another finch with a completely different beak shape, comparing them side by side with scientific precision. "Gentlemen," Darwin exclaimed, his voice carrying the excitement of discovery, "you think I'm wasting time studying birds?" The crew stared at him, their faces showing confusion and impatience. "But Darwin," the captain protested, "these are just common birds. How can staring at them for hours serve any purpose?" Darwin looked at them with eyes that had learned to see what others missed. "Tell me," he said, "what teaches you more? Rushing past 1,000 things, or studying one thing until it reveals its secrets?" "Rushing past gets you places faster," they replied, still not understanding his method. Darwin smiled with that patient wisdom that would revolutionize science. "When you understand that every moment of careful observation can unlock mysteries that hasty glances miss," he declared, "when you realize that time spent truly seeing is never time wasted, then you discover that the greatest discoveries come not to those who hurry through life, but to those who dare to pause and really look." That day, Darwin's careful study of finch beaks began forming his theory of evolution. 28 years later, his observations from that wasted time changed our understanding of life itself. True discovery requires the courage to slow down and observe deeply what others rush past. When we learn to value each moment of careful attention, we discover that the greatest insights come not from covering more ground, but from understanding the ground we're standing on.